Storm Chasers, we are back. We need to actually play this clip from Sloan Bella, the famous psychic. I've been watching Sloan Bella for years. I want to say maybe 2.5 years now on YouTube. She's made a bunch of predictions. I haven't really seen her be wrong yet. I mean, no psychic is 100%, but she is pretty spot on, to be honest with you. Check her out on YouTube. Her YouTube channel is not only informative, but also entertaining. You know, her live shows are funny when she's cussing out people. I like Sloan Bella. I really do. But anyway, when she talks about the celebs, she also gets into like their birth charts and explains she explains everything, because it's deeper than just, oh, I'm a Sagittarius, oh, I'm a Leo, oh, I'm a Virgo, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. She goes into like the sun sign, rising sign, ascendant or moon or whatever, this house, Pluto house, that house, your Venus, your this, your that. Like she really digs deep. She really explains spirituality. She really explains energy, the different dimensions. She does a good job of keeping it clear, concise, and entertaining at the same time. So anyway, let's actually play this clip and let's get to it.
Going to be rectified. So this man's going down. Within 4 years, I see his energy kind of whitewashed out, and I don't feel he's around. I know that something comes up around Easter time in reference to him and other people accusing him. I don't feel he's going to go to court ever. I feel it's going to be a continuation of dominoes until he can't take it anymore. And then there is a moving away, both in a physical sense and an energetic sense. But remember, they are shutting his mouth. He cannot speak. So that's coming up on him. Like, that's happening. They're literally, energetically shutting his mouth. So he can't even defend himself. He won't even be able to speak to justify what he did. You know, some people are like, yeah, but she deserved it or he deserved it. That's not even going to happen. He can't say it. They are shutting him down from communicating. The next thing they're going to do is turn our focus this way while he goes that way, and he won't even understand who is going to be rectified. So,
all right. So now Sloan is saying that, hey, I don't think he's going to actually go to court. I don't think he's going to be arrested. But this is going to be mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially taxing on him to where he can't take it anymore. Will he off himself, self-delete? I don't know. He's a narc, so he probably would prefer to off himself rather than, face what he's done.
Strawberry hair, or the hair is strawberry. She prefers that color. She's been secretly working behind the scenes to get information. And don't think if you're in his circle or you're around him that you're untouchable, because they're telling me he is being brought down. He is being sacrificed in favor of his mentor. So there is a mentor that did to him what he did to this current girlfriend and to Kim Porter and every other person that he's been around to take advantage of on an energetic level. He is now going to reap that. That is now happening to him because they don't want the person who groomed him to go down. And that guy hides in the background. There's a whole bunch of political stuff going on. There's political stuff. There's ties to this country, that country. Don't think it's just about the music. The clothing the clothing people love. I've talked to dudes that love the clothing. Strawberry hair, or the hair is strawberry. She prefers that color. She is going to be rectified. So this man, she's been.
See, did it? Oh, I thought it hit the part. Hold up.
Strawberry hair, or the hair is strawberry. She prefers that color. She's been secretly working behind the scenes to get information. And don't think if you're in his circle or you're around him that you're untouchable, because they're telling me he is being brought down. He is being sacrificed in favor of his mentor. So there is a mentor that did to him what he did to this current girlfriend and to Kim Porter and every other person that he's been around to take advantage of on an energetic level. He is now going to reap that. That is now happening to him because they don't want the person who groomed him to go down. And that guy hides in the background. There's a whole bunch of like political stuff going on. Like there's political stuff. There's ties to this country, that country. Don't think it's just about the music. The clothing was you. I mean, the clothing people love. I've talked to dudes that love the clothing because they were telling me he is being brought down. He is being sacrificed in favor of his mentor. So there is a mentor.
All right. I thought it played the part where she talked about the exposure. Hold up. Let's go actually to the video.
In favor of his mentor. So there is a mentor that did to him what he did to this current girlfriend and to Kim Porter and every other person that he's been around to take advantage of on an energetic level. He is now going to reap that. That is now happening to him because they don't want the person who groomed him to go down. And that guy hides in the background. There's a whole bunch of like political stuff going on. Like there's political stuff. There's ties to this country, that country. Don't think it's just about the music. The clothing was you. I mean, the clothing people love. I've talked to dudes that love the clothing. You hear the kids in school, they all want to wear the clothing, right? The clothing is a front for something else. The clothing is a front. Of course, they have to produce clothing.
What do y'all think the clothing is a front for? Let's stop there. What do y'all think the clothing is a front for? Let me know in the chat and in the comment section.
Obviously, or you can't sell clothing, but it's a front for something else. That clothing traveled all over the world. What happened as that clothing was traveling all over the world? That too is going to be rectified. So this man's going down. Within 4 years, I see his energy kind of whitewashed out, and I don't feel he's around. I know that something comes up around Easter time in reference to him and other people accusing him. I don't feel he's going to go to court ever. I feel it's going to be a continuation of
Let's play that again.
Who is going to be rectified. So this man's going down. Within 4 years, I see his energy kind of whitewashed out.
So within 4 years, this video was made 4 months ago. So that was December. So 24, 25, 26, 27. All right. So according to her prediction, by 2027, we not going to even be talking about no damn Diddy. He's not around. His energy's not around. So does that mean he's deleted? Does that mean he's just not on the scene? What does that mean? Right? I don't know. But she said around Easter, he would, yeah.
I don't feel he's around. I know that something comes up around Easter time in reference to him and other people accusing him. I don't feel he's going to go to court ever. I feel it's going to be a continuation of dominoes until he can't take it anymore. And then there is a moving away.
Damn, that does sound like self-deletion.
Both in a physical sense and an energetic sense. But remember, they are shutting his mouth. He cannot speak. So that's coming up on him. Like that's happening. They're literally, energetically shutting his mouth. So he can't even defend himself. He won't even be able to speak to justify what he did. You know, some people are like, yeah, but she deserved it or he deserved it. That's not even going to happen. He can't say it. They are shutting him down from communicating. The next thing they're going to do is turn our focus this way while he goes that way, and he won't even understand it. So this man is in a whole lot of shit on an energy level, and he's going to understand, and he's still not fully cognitive of what he did. So he himself snaps in and out of like, yeah, that wasn't a good thing to do. I didn't do anything. Like, dude, I paid her. I did this. He snaps in and out of that. He snaps in and out, in and out. So I wouldn't be surprised if what I'm seeing is like a drug addiction he may have or a way of tuning his mind out. But he should not be trusting anybody around him, like nobody, because they will turn on him. And there's 3 people directly close and tied to him that are going to go down as well. And by go down, I mean lose their money, their status, and their power, and be energetically shunned and tied down.
Who do y'all think that is? She said 4 other people around him. Who do you think? His sons? All right, so we didn't already seen Christian and Justin in handcuffs. And he fled the country and left them behind. Meek Mill was attached to him. You think Meek Mill? Some people saying TD Jakes, Young Miami. I was thinking definitely Young Miami and Meek Mill. I don't know about anybody else. I was definitely thinking those two, though. I hope not Mary J. Blige. Same here. Hope not.
There is such a thing. The frequency does it. He's staying behind in a frequency. And when you live in that frequency, you're not going to achieve anymore. That's what people don't understand. They think when they're 20, 30, whatever, and it's cool, they can do all of this. Then the frequencies change on the planet. And what they've done becomes abhorrent to other people when maybe other people understood it back then because they were benefiting. But that's not the case because he doesn't have control of all of his money. That's what I'm seeing.
Oh, wow.
And Kim Porter's energy is very much focused on her family and wanting them to know that she's trying to be around them. And in fact, I feel like they know she is around them. I feel like that. And there's one of her children, I'm sweet daughter, so I feel like obviously it has to be a daughter, but I feel like she constantly watches this one because it's a struggle. She watches this one. She wants her. Now, never think because someone died that they're dead the way they describe it, because she's very much alive frequency-wise. So she has some say-so over her kids. Don't kid yourself. She may not have the say-so you and I have in a physical sense, but she is right there with her children. She can impose ideas on them and help them understand things in a different way so that they react differently. What she's trying to do now is neutralize the harm that's going to be put onto them by being in proximity of their father, meaning because they're his offspring, people are going to say challenging things and do challenging things to them. She's trying to kind of offset that. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Stop. Offset. Is there a connection to P Diddy and Offset? Is there some sort of a connection?
Oh, wait a minute, Carter, don't come after me. I didn't see it. Whoa. Y'all can't tell me that spiritual stuff ain't real. You see how she said offset? Offset? She said it so proper. Offset. Yeah, Offset used to be a pimp. Oh, yes. And one of his old hoes called me. Oh, my God. I think this was 2021. So 3 years ago. She decided not to do the interview. But she was one of his old. No, he tried to pimp her. Yeah, she was working on a video shoot, on a video set, and he tried to pimp her. And I remember she told me that he took her and they had breakfast at the Waffle House. It's weird. Anyway.
I just, because I'm hearing it, I'm like, wait, that doesn't sound like what she's saying. Offset. Okay, so I feel okay, he's responsible for a lot of things, but he's not responsible. He's also taking orders from somebody a higher up. I'm wondering what the connection is to Offset with P Diddy. I have no idea, but I just keep hearing this right now. Like, I can't stop saying his name. And I don't know him or what kind of music. I know it's hip hop or rap or something, but there's a connection there as well. So we're going kind of down that road. So there's all of these people in the crossfires, and I'm not sure whether that's good or bad, but I just heard that. So there's people that are coming for everybody. Okay.
Damn.
There's a connection to that person, Offset, and that side. And like, it's just systematic. It's going to level like dominoes.
So like all those rappers out of Atlanta then. Because she said that side. What does that side mean? Because they all in hip hop. Or does she mean like, I wonder if she mean like the Southern rappers? Because in Atlanta, okay, you got Offset, you got JD, Jermaine Dupri, well, he's a producer. You got a whole bunch of them.
Level shit. It's being leveled. I don't know what that connection is. Somebody has to tell me. Okay, so when I look at Kim Porter, she's got a lot of stuff. She's taking notes. She took a lot of notes. There's a lot of notes, and her girlfriends have this information as well. Here's the problem I'm seeing.
Oh my God. Okay.
Some of the information that she has and some of the information that Cassie has is extremely damaging to people who are in higher worldly order, I guess, higher up on the food chain on this planet. So when she speaks and P Diddy goes down, they have to shut his mouth because these other people don't want to be caught. But it's weird. I'm going this way and then over here, Offset, right over here. So pay attention to that. I am seeing something by March with P Diddy, another level of this. We're not done. It's like he's going to have to keep putting tarps over the hole in the roof because the rain keeps coming through.
Damn.
So just when he thinks he covered up the hole, another hole starts down there. And when he thinks he covered that hole, another hole starts over there. So it's not going to stop. Like he's not off the hook. He may have paid Cassie, and good for her for getting out of it. Horrific. It doesn't matter who you slept with. Why is that blackmail? Stand up and say, this dude drugged me and he did this. She finally said it. And he doesn't want to face what he's done, but it doesn't matter. He's exceptionally psychic, by the way, so he gets physical feelings on when this is coming down, and he kind of knows it. And when he talks about Kim Porter.
Damn. She on it. She's on it. She said earlier in the video, she like, okay, yeah, near Easter. Then she says right here, March. And here we are. Then she said that Diddy is also incredibly psychic. So guess what? He physically felt some shit was about to go down and he bounced.
Even though he's all nice and all good, like meaning talks nicely about her, at least publicly, to his kids, shuts the wall down with her. I don't even know. I shut it. He's trying to feel her energy. And I'm going to put it this way. Once she ended up dead, okay, Kim Porter, when she died, and they use the word dead wrong, because when we pass out of this physical existence, we are not dead. Dead is the absence of God in your life. So to step away from God, okay, and your soul is to be dead, we pass out of our physical body as Kim did. But it's interesting because after she first passed, I am seeing this. After she first passed, she didn't really understand what happened to her, which is not uncommon. And I feel like P. Diddy tried to hook into that energy to keep her energy close to him here so that he could kind of wear her energy, even though she had passed. So he tried to keep that close. She got away and she blocks herself from him. He can't get to her. They spy out of their bodies. P. Diddy knows what I'm talking about with this. He gets out of his body and he can see shit.
How do you do that? Oh, hell, I'm going to have to ask Linda. Get out of your body and spy. Like astral projection? So you mean to tell me I can get out of my body and go spy on somebody? Remote viewing? What? Mm. Okay.
Meaning he can dream it, he can frequency vibe it, he can go on the astral, he can see it. He can see it. And they watch when their own die. Okay. So when their family members die, their rappers die. He's talking about another rapper here. He's not, she is. There's another one.
What?
I don't know who he is, but I can see him in my head. Anyway, there's another one. And they all watched when he crossed over. So what happens is, from what I'm understanding with this.
Oh shit. They all watched when he crossed over. Oh my God. Damn, I gotta keep playing this. Oh my God. This is too good.
Okay. Whoever they don't want around anymore for whatever the reason. Okay. It's like they just don't want them because they're going to turn them in. It's a never ending game. It must have gone on through centuries. But whatever it is that they don't want to have happen, they get rid of the person. And when that person crosses out, they can see them on the astral and they can snag their energy. So there's this sidestepping that person from moving on out of the earth's energy into a happier dimension. They did not do it to Kim, by the way. But there is another rapper that died very recently who they did do this to, who they did block the energy. And
that has to be Takeoff. Who else would that be?
When he stepped out of his body, he stepped right into them, right? Like, I'm trying, I don't know who this person is. I can see them, but I don't know who it is. When he died, he crossed out, okay, like out of his physical body, he died. And when he did, he saw them and they were alive watching him die. And that's kind of what happened to Kim. And she pulled away from that energy. She was protected. So she didn't get caught in that. But that's what they're trying to do. They're playing a next level game of chess. So it's a different level of harnessing energy. So part of the sacrifice, which I didn't know this before, this I'm just being shown. Part of the sacrificing of a person or killing of a person probably happens in the mafia. All of those things is that they attach the energy of that person leaving here, because sometimes, just look at it this way. Let's say you die in an accident suddenly, or you're murdered or whatever. You're going to be sad. You have kids, you have a home, you have a family. As far as I know, we only can remember this right now. And when you step out, you're like, oh my God, my family, my kids, my mother, my sister, my babies. That's what most of us would be thinking. And so that sense of like, oh my God, I just died. And the expression energy wise that they would feel, that's when they come in and they try to take it. So what they're doing is they are keeping slaves on this side, such as Cassie. Okay. So she was basically a slave because she was trafficked. They're keeping slaves over here. Okay. And when they cross out of their physical bodies, that has more to do with the musicians that dies. The musicians that die of these overdoses or accidents or murder or whatever the hell happens.
So that means like Prince, Michael Jackson. Wow. Listen, for the rest of this, because the video is 34 minutes long, you need to go to Sloan Bella YouTube channel. Wow. Any final comments before we out of here? Okay, not Takeoff. Okay, cool. Literally, right on point. Literally. Shit, wild. So there are slaves on the other side. Yes. So here's the problem. The problem is most black folk, at least in this country, we brought up Christian, right? And so Christians are taught that when you pass away, you essentially just go to sleep. Okay. Even though you hear people say like, grandma above us watching us, she may be below you burning. But anyway, I'm kidding. But anyway, that ain't like we're taught that just basically you go to sleep, and that everybody that's deceased, they're just sleeping right now until, of course, the second coming of Jesus Christ, until it's Judgment Day, which is when the dead will be arisen, the souls, right? The people that are still here. So that would be after. No. Yeah. No. Let me back up. Damn, I ain't been to church in a minute. We're taught that when you pass, you simply just go to sleep. When the rapture happens, all the souls that are going to Jesus Christ, they go up. The stuff goes down on a planet for, what is it, 7 years or something like that? Then when it's time for like the final judgment, which is when like everybody has to stand before God and account for our sins, your name is either in the book of life or it's not. And then you're either gonna be with Christ, which is true life, or you're gonna go in the lake of fire, which is actual death. Because death really only means not being with God. Like, death ain't actually like you just leave this body. But other spiritual practices, of course, teach about different dimensions. We live on the third dimension here, right? You got fourth, fifth, and then it goes up from there. And then you have dimensions below us. Now, the dimensions below us are like the jinn spirits are there. It's real. I don't want to say hell, but it's really, really dark. And no, there's stuff on the phone. What is this? What is this? Okay. Appreciate it. The first and second dimension below us is just really dark and really heavy, is what it's described as, and really like cold. Then, of course, the higher you go, the more angelic, etc., etc. So you can have slaves in this dimension and in other dimensions. You have to kind of imagine it like, and the only word I can think of is tether. Let me see. Hold up. Because it's kind of hard to describe it. So if you get cremated, you don't come back. Baby, this body is just a body. Even if you put in the ground, the body's going to decompose and go back into the earth. The soul, the spirit, that's really us. Now I don't know if there's a difference between your spirit versus your consciousness. I don't know. I don't quite understand that. But imagine this bottle is somebody who's passed, right? And then imagine this is somebody on earth capturing their energy. So it's kind of like that. And so you see how even when look. Now, oh, I need to do it the opposite way, but you get the point. A little hard to do it. But even if this bottle way over here, but guess what? It's still attached to the dearly departed. You understand what I'm saying? It's still there. It's still there. So people who do spiritual work to still attach to some. They won't even let them cross over. If you notice, what do we say when somebody passes? Rest in peace. Rest, which means we ain't bothering you. We letting you rest. Or go on. Nope. Still attached. Still tied. Still attached. Still using that energy. Woo. Yeah. Now, of course, as far as people that sell their souls, I don't quite understand that, so I'm not going to lie to you. But from what I can tell y'all, people can definitely make agreements or bonds with different spirits, and you can definitely make agreements with darker spirits. Okay. And different spirituality practices, especially a lot of the different African ones, right? And in the hoodoo. So people can make an agreement with spirits. Or spirits can attach to you and be with you throughout this life. Like I said, I don't completely understand it. Some of that stuff I really don't want to understand. It get a little too deep for me, but that's just kind of what I can tell you. But is our actual a contract, the devil here and you here and some? I don't know. But typically, it's what people in the industry do. Typically, they just make agreement with dark spirits, right? But contracts on this side work just like they do on the other side, which means if you break the terms of that contract, there are consequences. There are consequences. Now, ultimately, your soul belongs to, of course, Christ, God, source, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, you can't sell it because it doesn't belong to you. So the contract itself is null and void. Like it's fake. It's like, how can I put it? It's kind of like you imagine like owning a house in America, right? Yeah, it's yours. You own it, yeah, but you better pay them taxes. Right? If not, it's still ours. What's another good example? It's like your children, right? So when you have a child and then you sign the birth certificate and you're assigned a social security number, right? That's your child, but you know your child really don't belong to you. Bob Dylan said he most likely made an agreement with the dark spirit. You can also make agreements with different spirits to have not just like spiritual powers, but physical powers. So you can allow a spirit of whatever the fuck you summoning to come into your body to help you do whatever you're trying to do. Whether it's staying up late, perform, hit certain notes. If you're trying to like play somebody in a movie, you most likely would conjure their spirit so that you can literally become them. Like all that shit ain't just acting. Like a lot of that is spirit, like it's spiritual. Even if you just go in like their childhood bedroom and you just start talking to them and you say, let me feel you, let me feel you, let me feel you, you know, wearing a clothes. Like shit, like listen, you'd be surprised at shit that people do. But especially if you have a performer who just don't have it, maybe they're nervous, it may be a lot on the line. They may allow a spirit to take over their body, and it comes from the crown down, and then they doing whatever. And then when they come back to, they'll tell you, like, I don't even remember my performance. I don't know what I did. But it always comes from here. Is this the crown chakra, whatever you call that? Always comes from here. Okay. No, I have not been in contact with Rovier. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. That's why they say don't let anybody pray over your head. Right. You ain't even supposed to let a bunch of different people do your hair. It's a whole lot. It's shit is deep. Shit is deep. Yeah, but remember that it always comes from here. All right. Yeah, that's really where their alter egos come from. Yeah. Whether Beyonce has Sasha Fierce, whether it's Beyonce, a lot of times they'll take on these different spirits so they can be more comfortable to do different things. You know, maybe you're not comfortable taking off your clothes. Maybe you're not comfortable really being a freak. But you can allow a Jezebel spirit to attach to you, and it ain't enough for you to pop that put. You're like, it's just, I'm telling you, shit gets wild. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I was even watching Prawn one time. I may watch it from time to time. And allegedly. And literally I saw, it was a man and a woman, but he was doing doggy style. Anyway, but I literally saw like his eyes change. Now she was regular. She was getting it, getting it regular. She was just getting it regular. What done happened with her face, but pleasure and then an orgasm. But he mounted her and he looked normal, and then he started penetrating her, and his eye, I'm not lying, legit, his eyes and face changed. And after I cleaned myself up, I said, damn, that was crazy. After I cleaned myself up, I said, damn, that was crazy. Oh my God. That's why they say don't look. Yes. What did his eyes change into? It looked like something took over him. I promise it looked like his eyes went black. And I'm not even being like dramatic. No, not just like it felt good. Because it wasn't like shit. Like it wasn't like that. That shit was like something took over him. Like I said, after I cleaned myself up, I said, oh, that was wild. All right. Oh my God. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're gonna come back to talk about Diddy's plane and where it was found. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. I will catch you guys in like 5 minutes.
It's storm.